Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are solving a widely used mathematical problem in programming, which is calculating the factorial of a number. So the factorial of a non-negative integer n is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to n, represented as n factorial. For example, here 5 factorial equal to 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is equal to 120, same as 0 factorial equal to 1 by definition. So let's see how we can write a Python program to calculate the factorial. So we'll explain line by line. First we take the input from the user, num equal to input. So we begin by asking the user to input a number using the input function. We convert this input to an integer using the in, since factorial calculation requires integer value. So if the user enters 5, the value of num will be 5. Then we will initialize the factorial equal to 1. So we need to handle special cases in it. First case is negative numbers. So if num less than 0, we need to print factorial is not defined for negative numbers. So factorial is not defined for negative numbers. So the case 2 is if it's 0. So elif num equal to 0, we have to print the factorial of 0 is 1. So the factorial of 0 is 1. So in next condition, we need to calculate the factorial for positive integers. So else for I in range 1 to num plus 1, factorial of into equal to I. For numbers greater than 0, we use a for loop to calculate the factorial. The loop starts at 1 and goes up to the num inclusive. In each iteration, we multiply the current value of factorial by the loop variable I. For example, when I equal to 1, factorial will be 1 into 1 equal to 1. When I equal to 2, the factorial will be 1 into 2 equal to 2. When I equal to 3, the factorial will be 2 into 3 equal to 6, and so on. So finally we can print the result. So print the factorial of num is the factorial. This factorial is stored here. So once the loop finishes, we print the result. This line displays the factorial of number entered by the user. So let's test the code. So we will input 5. So here let's run the code. So the input will be taken here num. The factorial of 5 is 120, which is correct. Let's give 0. It should be printing 1. So let's see. The factorial of 0 is 1. So we can, since here two things is happening, we can use the indentation correctly here and run here. Then we can see only printing only one time. So we can give negative integer -3 and run. So it should be printing factorial is not defined for negative numbers. So The factorial of a number n is the product of all integers from 1 to n. Special cases included 0 factorial equal to 1 and negative numbers which don't have factorial. So we used a for loop to iterate through numbers from 1 to n, multiplying each value to calculate the factorial. Always invalidate input to handle edge cases like 0 or negative numbers. How you can calculate the factorial of a number in Python. This problem is simple yet foundational, and mastering it will make other loop based problem easier. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or want me to cover specific problems in this series. So in the next video we will solve another problem, so stay tuned and keep practicing.